Testing 1, 2. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing. Testing 1, 2. Looks like I'm in business. Let's see. Okay. Peace forever and always, and welcome to another edition of what I call the Reality's Temple on Earth Internet Ministry. Of course, I am your soul brother number 1, Angel Snub 7. Because of the nature of this particular topic, I did not want to begin formally, like so many times that I do, in the name of our ancestors, because due to the nature of this topic, I feel as though that would be inappropriate, disrespectful. However, the topic that we've chosen, it is natural. Without this activity, none of us, including the ancestors, would not be here. But I feel as though such would not be appropriate because of our current mentality towards looking at sexual activity. So before I continue, I wish for those who have children, or perhaps you may be offended by certain things, I want to warn you, I will do the best that I can to be as clean as I can speaking on this topic. But of course, parental discretion is extremely advised. Again, parental discretion is extremely advised. Adults only. But what is so sad is that many children know just as much about this topic as any adult. So we're really not hiding anything from our children. And then we wonder, when we give information or allow children to have information they really should not have, then we wonder why our babies grow into these things, these people, I'm not going to call our children a thing, into these persons that we don't understand. You do not give a child, you do not even give yourself, we do not give ourselves as we grow things that we are not ready for. You do not give an infant meat. The child has no teeth. The child cannot consume the meat and these vegetables. You have to grind that up and mush it up for that child. You cannot give a person knowledge that they don't understand, that they are not ready for. Otherwise, you may have a problem. So I look at the newest person on this planet, which of course, many of you would agree. You will not agree with me as I continue this lecture. You won't, I know you won't. But we agree that the Caucasian people or the Europeans are the newest of the human beings on this planet. They are the children, but they have been given information and knowledge that they should have never have had because they were not ready and they were not prepared for it. So now we are living in 2018 in an atmosphere that they control, that they have created, that all of us are suffering because knowledge was given to a people that was not ready for it. They were not mature enough to handle it. And they now are in a position with their childlike mentality, are in a position to destroy all human life on this planet. Can you blame them, or do you blame their parents? Who is the parent? Who are the ones that gave them the knowledge? Who kicked them off? Well, according to Afrocentric Black Power teachings, it was the black man that went into the hillsides and caves of Europe, particularly Moses, that brought civilization to savages. Why didn't you just leave those people alone? They were in the hillsides and the caves of Europe, so you say, living a beast life, doing their own thing. Why didn't you just leave them alone? But no. You want to bring your civilization, your way of life, and force it on somebody else that did not ask you to do that. Then you gave them information, you gave them knowledge they were not prepared for, they didn't know how to handle, and they were good learners. They came out of the hillsides and caves, created their own form of civilization, and then they saw the black man that gave them civilization. Then they began to see the black man as a savage, just like the black man saw them as savages. Ain't that something? Ain't that, woo, ain't that something else? And so you want to blame the white man when actually the black people caused it by giving information to a child who was not ready for that type of knowledge. And now we are teeter-tottering, is that the word? Teetering between life and death. At any time, we could go over the edge and all human life as we know it, could end. And you know it because President Donald Trump even bragged about it. I got my thumb or my finger on a button, and my button is bigger than yours, he tells South Korea. Look how these people talk. They talk childish. You're giving knowledge and you're giving weapons to people who should not have nothing. This was all caused by the black man. Oh yeah. At the root of it, according to your teachings, these black power conscious teachers, they started it because you want somebody to be like you. You can't leave somebody alone. That's their way of life. Let them live the way they want to live. But no, I want to civilize the savage. Well, you civilized them. Now look what you've done. And now you cry. Oh, the white man took our land. Oh, the white man did this. Oh, the white man is the most brutal person on the earth. According to your teachings, according to what you believe, the black man started and kicked it off. I know you don't want to hear that. That's your teachings. That's what you say. I'm repeating what you say. I didn't make it up. That's what y'all say. That the black man, which really did not even exist until chattel slavery, but y'all said the black man done it, or these Africans, whoever they was, they the ones that kicked this off. You don't blame them for nothing. They was innocent. How are you innocent when you gave the people the tools and the knowledge to do what they're doing even up to this day? You are at the root and the heart of the problem. And now you cry because you've made this Frankenstein and you can't control it. In fact, this monster controls you. That's not my subject, of course. But I had to, bring that up. Again, parental discretion is advised as we continue our talk. And I don't wish to keep you long because really what I would like to say is very simple. I could say it in a few minutes, but we're going to talk a little bit, but I'm not going to hold you long. I want to say this and make this very plain. I do not care what you do. I am not your savior. I do not claim to be your savior. What I claim to be is like a lawyer. I'm going to give you suggestion. I'm going to give you advice for what you should do in the best interest of your case. You don't have to accept nothing I have to say. Nothing. I'm not going to be angry at you. I'm not going to be angry at you at all. It's your choice. Yeah, so it's your choice. You do what you want to do. I don't care. Excuse me. I didn't have my chat room set up so I could see what's going on here. Peace forever and always, and good afternoon to all those who are appearing in the chat room. I see Chase and I see Sharon and iPod. Thank you so much for being here with me. I hope that we have a good time. I know I'm going to have a good time because of this subject matter. Parental discretion is advised. I don't care what you do. That's your business. I am not your savior. I have been on YouTube for 10 years. I have never made one video to tell you I'm your savior. Never. I am just here to bring you my experience and give you advice and suggestion due to my experience, because I have been here, and even in the struggle since a child, I have been here at least 45 years or so, 40 years. And I have seen and experienced many things. And I will hope that some younger people would take advantage of your elder trying to tell you something. But the problem is you're listening to other elders and they are guiding you to the road to nowhere. Well, where have they guided you to? I'm just one person. You don't listen to me. So you're not being guided by me. You're listening to these other folks. Where are they going? Where have they taken you? Clearly to the nowhere. Sound good. Yeah, they have some really wonderful stories. They probably took you to the Black Panther movie last night. Oh, man. This subject, a lot of folks really get angry with me. And they said, it's none of your business what we do. It's none of your business what we do behind closed doors. Well, let me tell you something. Clearly, if you did not bring what you do behind closed doors out of doors into the public, I wouldn't know nothing about what you do. But many of you are so proud of what you do. You come on the internet and you even go out in the public and you tell people what you do behind closed doors between consenting adults. That's your business. Again, I don't care what you do. That's your business. But when you come out in the public, I'm going to talk about what you do and what you said that you did behind closed doors, because now you brought it into the public. And if you really felt proud and if you really felt good about what you do behind closed doors, then what you upset about? You shouldn't be upset about nothing. But see, you get upset because you know in your heart something is wrong and you feel shame. You feel shame. But as long as you get around other filthy, vulgar, nasty people like yourself and y'all talk about crap, it's all good. But then sooner or later, you're going to fall into the company of somebody like me, and I'm going to give you the reality. I'm going to give you a reality check of what you do behind closed doors. And it's not as beautiful as you try to paint it or make it seem. All right. I want to make another quick comment before we really get into our subject, the real topic. And then I want to talk about this Black Panther, Grown people, I just don't get it. I read the Black Panther way back in the day. The Black Panther was one of my favorite comic books. I was a child. And here I am in 2018, all these adults, scholars, intellectuals, they tripping off a stupid cartoon character. I was a child and did not trip off that when I was reading the Black Panther. All over the internet, YouTube, Facebook, they even have videos going to Africa itself. And they going crazy over the Black Panther, a cartoon character. This cartoon character been around, I believe, since 1966. Now all of a sudden, you just can't get enough of the Black Panther. Grown people, adults. I'm a child, and I never got hyped up like this over the Black Panther or any superhero, because I knew that it was fiction. It's not real. So I'm a hater, I'm a Grinch. And you have these people that tell me, well, you see, interest in the Black Panther movie inspire people to learn more about Black history, learn more about African culture, blah, 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 blah. Because that's all it is, blah, 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 blah. So I am on Facebook, I am on YouTube, and I'm looking for what these people are talking about. I don't see videos talking about where people talking about, wow, because of the Black Panther movie, I'm learning this. And of course, this is Black History Month. You don't see nothing about Black history during Black History Month. This movie has taken Black History Month, knocked it out of the box. You don't hear nothing about Paul Robeson. You don't hear nothing about George Washington Carver or Booker T. Washington, even Martin Luther King. People ain't talking about Black history. They're not talking about Harriet Tubman, Ida B. Wells, and the list goes on and on. They're not talking about this history. They're not inspired to do nothing. It's a movie. And pretty soon it will be forgotten like all the movies prior to it. Nobody, these people, the masses, do not give a damn about culture and history. Plus, it's not your culture and history anyway. This African thing. You don't have nothing to do with it. And the Africans know it. Those on the continent. And when you talk about African, who are you speaking about? African, first of all, it's a continent. Nobody can be an African. It's a continent. Who are you talking about? Somalis, those in Ghana, Congolese? Who are you talking about? Be specific, but you never. Like all those people are the same. They are not all the same. Even Caucasian people, they are not all the same. The people in Norway don't look like the people in Britain. They do different things. Their whole lifestyle is different. Many of them even have different languages. Y'all confused and messed up. So Black History Month has been stolen and taken over by a cartoon character. You're teaching your children about a cartoon character and what a cartoon character is supposed to be about, rather than actual living people or those who are now deceased that did great things that should make us proud to be Black, as you say. I say here, the people of soul. It's sad. Y'all just out. You have the mentality and the mindset of a slave, and you act just like your oppressor. And you will never go nowhere. And when your master go down, you're going to go down with him in the ship. I don't see you making it. When he dies, you will die with him because you're just like him. If the white man is the devil, according to Nation of Islam teachings, and he's a god. The devil is a god. And black is the opposite of white, and the white man is the devil. That means you're supposed to be a righteous God, but you're not. Your behavior and the way that you act is just like them, and you will go nowhere. So in religion, they say that the devil lives in hell, and that's exactly where your ass is going, straight to hell, no matter what you do. No matter how you talk about black power, no matter how Christian you are part of his world and act just like them. Your destiny is just like those people, unless you can change it around. You don't have to take my advice. You don't have to take my suggestions. What they say, a hard head makes a soft ass. See, I understand that because, see, I was locked up for 10 years in the crazy house. You know why? Because I didn't listen to no damn body. And then I had a I don't give a damn attitude. The hell with you. I'm gonna do me. Some of y'all said, I'm gonna do me. Well, I did me straight into the damn crazy house for 10 years. You don't have to listen to nobody, but there's a consequence when somebody is trying to give us good advice, trying to advise us in the right manner, and you don't want nothing to do with it because you smart. How smart can you be living in the house of races going on 500 years? How smart are you? That don't seem to me. That's not a very smart, intelligent person would not do such a thing. Living with your massa, going on 500 years. Your massa make a movie and y'all go crazy over it. Never seen such a thing. The Black Power conscious community. I'm gonna see the movie over and over again. Why don't you just give the suckers your whole paycheck and be done with it? And then when brothers and sisters that really need your help, they have to beg and grovel. Could you please help me do this for our children? Can you help us build a school? Can you help me make a business? We got to beg but the only thing the cracker got to do is put a Negro in a Batman suit. He's the Black Panther. And ooh, that inspired me. Come on, son. Come on, daughter. Oh, y'all. Woo, it's really, man, y'all, I could really make mockery of you. But I try to hold that back because I love us. I know we don't know no better. We just silly, childish, ignorant. Black power or not. That's why you don't want to mess with me. That's why they don't want to mess with me. I know that you're a child. I know you don't know what the hell that you're doing. You just out there floating. I had a conversation with somebody earlier on Facebook. They're going to tell me I've been studying whatever. I don't know what they've been studying. They've been studying such and such for 40 years. And I told them, well, you know, you can come on Google Hangout and show me your 40 years of stuff. I have no problem with being beat down. Y'all can come and beat me down anytime you feel like it. The link is in the chat right now. You can come. Knock on the door. Come on. Embarrass me. Beat me up. Show me I'm wrong. I'm cool with it. No big deal. I'm like, wow, bro, you handle your business. Yeah, you mean, I have no problem with it. Now, again, parental discretion is advised. Let's talk about this subject and get out of here. All right. Yeah, I'm wearing shades. I just want to feel cool today. Might take them off. I don't really like nothing on my face. I don't like nothing on my head. You notice I don't wear caps and hats. I don't like nothing on my face either. It's not my thing. I just don't like those things. Now, let's talk about sex. What is there to talk about? Sex is natural. We do agree with that, right? How are you there? Dandelion, between the lion, dandelion. I just said between lions. Okay. How you doing? All right. Again, everybody in the chat room, everybody out there in the listening audience, I truly appreciate that you're here with me. Y'all never let me down. I always believe that I'm going to come here and be by myself, but somebody always show up, and I'm very grateful. It's always an honor that you would come and be with me. Now, let's do this topic. Parental discretion is advised. Sex is natural. Again, if it was not for the act of sex, I would not be here. None of us, the ancestors, nobody would be here. Now, people say to me all the time, I need to mind my business. What consenting adults do in their bedroom, that's their thing. Okay, that's true. Consenting adults. Well, there's a lot of things you can consent to. When people rob banks and you have a partner, you are with a consenting adult. Is it right that you robbed a bank because you have a consenting adult? No. There are people who consent to commit murder with a consenting adult. Does that make it right? Y'all consent all the time, drinking your beer, smoking your weed, consenting adults, doing your illegal drugs. Is that right? No, but it's consenting adults. Do it make it right? There are pedophiles who are consenting adults who watch child pornography. They are consenting adults. Is that right? Just because you are in your bedroom doing whatever you do does not mean it's right. Not the sex part, because that's natural. This other additional stuff y'all involved in. That's what we want to talk about. This additional crap that you learned from your slave master. You didn't learn it from an African. You didn't learn it from the Chinese or Indian or Native American. You learned it from your slave master. That's where you got it from. Now you can justify it by talking about so-and-so do it, so-and-so did it, and they did it in Africa. That ain't who you learned it from. And so-and-so is just as sick as your slave master when it's all said and done. Sex is natural. But as in all things, now listen, y'all, this is the key. As in all things, life must have an order. If the earth was a little bit closer to the sun, we may not be here. It'd probably be too hot for us to live. You have to have order. Your heart must beat at a certain rate. It must have certain times. Otherwise, you have low blood pressure, which is bad for you, and high blood pressure, which is bad for you. There must be some type of order in life. You can't just do anything that you think that you want to do. That's not how things work. Can you imagine if the car you're driving did anything it wanted to do? You probably wouldn't make it to work. Things must have order. Things must be under some type of law. The same thing with sex. You just don't go out, bang, bang, bang. What's that, John Witherspoon? I'm just going to bang, 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 bang. That's not how things work. When things are out of order, it causes problems. Matter of fact, because sex is out of order, that's why you have pedophiles. That's why you have incest. That's why you have rape. That's why you have all these different things, because your sexual behavior is out of order. people doing anything they want to anytime. That's not how things work. So what does nature advise us to do, or what do we find in nature? Well, we are mammals. Well, no mammal. I ain't no mammal. As far as we know, a mammal is any life form that feeds its baby milk. That's a mammal. Well, y'all probably aren't mammals because you don't feed your babies milk. You feed your baby Similac and infant milk or cow's milk. So maybe you're not a mammal because these women have been conditioned and they don't want to put their babies on their breasts. That's what your breast is for. It's not for a man with 32 teeth in his mouth. It's for your baby. And it's very sad. There are men who actually get jealous when you have that baby on your breast because he wanted. And the reason why he wanted is because he didn't get it as a child. He didn't get his mother's breast. He got cow's milk and Similac and infant milk. That's what he got. Already, you're starting to have sexual problems. In your very beginning, you're having sexual problems because you're not being fed properly. You're supposed to be getting your mother's milk, not this grown ass, these are chemicals and stuff from a cow. Now you're a grown man and you're still fascinated by breasts. You want some milk. You got problems already as a man. Now, so we are mammals. Now, we are not a cow. We're not a zebra. We're not an elephant. We're not a whale. But we're mammals, and all mammals have something in common. The female mammal has what you call a menstruation period. She has her period. She goes through an ovulation cycle. Am I correct? She bleeds. Now, in nature, that female animal, she drips a little bit, little drops when she's going through her cycle. But this is what they've noticed when a female animal is exploited or placed into captivity. The female animal bleeds for real. When she comes into cycle, you really see all this blood. She begins to hemorrhage. The female human being, according to, Olelo Africa, I believe that's what their brother name is, in his studies, and it's verifiable, that the human woman, she is not going through a period. She is actually bleeding. She is hemorrhaging. She's not going through an ordinary period. And the reason why the human woman is doing this is because she has been exploited and abused by men for centuries. And she's been taken out of her natural cycle of life. Because if you notice in mammals, they have what you call a breeding period. There's a certain time in the year. A woman's cycle is supposed to be matched up with the time of season. So when that baby is born in the best environment. So you have a baby conceived in the fall or winter, but the baby is actually born in the spring and summer because that's the best season for that child to be born. Plenty of food, plenty of water, everything should be nice. You even see this in insects and birds. But when you become a slave, when you become incarcerated, when you become exploited, your slave master take you out of your rhythm. And man, the human male has enslaved his woman and made her unnatural. Now she's out of rhythm. So she have babies at any time. She's out of rhythm. Even if you go back and study Europe, this is where Easter come from. There was a certain time in the year where the men and the women got together to have sexual intercourse during a certain time of the year. And if you look at nature, the wildebeest and the elephant, it's always a certain period of time that they do this. But the human being don't do that. You just having babies anytime that that's because you've been enslaved, exploited, and abused. You've been taken out of the natural rhythm. That's what has happened to you. The woman's period is unnatural. So when we look at captive animals, like I say, many of the females begin to hemorrhage because they've been taken out of their natural way of life. Or some animals refuse to have sex. They say, the hell with it. You got me, you won't get no more. I'm not gonna make no babies for you. But that's not the case with the so-called Negro. Y'all happy to make as many babies as massa want. Because I like sex. I like sex. It's so nice. I'm copying the comment in the chat room. I like sex. You're supposed to like it. But you are out of order. You're not in balance with nature. There's a problem. Don't you see it? Now, so we know that we are out of order. That's our problem. We have become an unnatural people because we've been enslaved. Not only dark-skinned people, but all over the earth. Women, the female, has been exploited. She has been turned into a slave. Matter of fact, the first slave probably was plants. The second slave was probably animals. The third slave is women. And of course, one of the best slaves is dark-skinned people on this planet. But the woman, the female, has been a slave longer than dark-skinned people themselves, because these same dark-skinned men turn right around and exploit and abuse. And I don't care if it's in Africa or China or wherever, women have been abused by men for a long, long time. That's why they are out of rhythm. And if you are a real man, and if you're really looking into yourself as a man, you and I both know we got to get womanhood back on track. Because if we don't get womanhood back on track, it's a done deal for us. We have become unnatural. We have to bring ourselves right back into the balance of this planet. And she is the key. Until you get her right, nothing on this planet for us gonna be right. Let's talk about sex. Sex is natural. I'm a human being also. I like to think about sex. I just recently went to an En Vogue concert, and I was able to hold my girl's Terry Ella's hand. I of course had to think about sex. It's natural. But we have to have order. There has to be balance. You have to have discipline and control. This is what we lack. Now, there's a difference between sex and what is called sodomy. There is only one sex. Sex is the intercourse between the penis and the vagina. That's the only sex. There is no other sex. I'm going to say that again. There is only one sex. Intercourse between a penis and a vagina. That's it. This anal stuff is not sex, because the anus is not a sexual organ. You cannot intercourse You cannot you cannot intercourse an anus and a penis. That's not sexual intercourse because the anus is not a sex organ. And the mouth is not a sex organ. Thank you, thank you. I'm glad I met Terry too. Really, really nice. And hopefully I will be meeting her some more later on. Don't believe I'm not going to stop working on that one. I gotta stay focused on my topic here. Got me thinking about Terry and sex. Woo! Oh man. Let me finish this. This is not going to take long. There is something called sodomy. What you call anal sex is what is called sodomy. Look it up. What you call oral sex is sodomy. For those of you who are religious, both Bible and Quran, the God is speaking against sodomy. Oral sex is sodomy. Anal sex is sodomy. Well, what about masturbation? Masturbation is not sodomy. If you want to do that, that's your business, whatever. The Bible, Quran don't talk about that, whatever. But I would suggest to you not to don't indulge yourself in that crap either. And see, we are out of balance because we should be set up in a manner whereas people can relieve themselves naturally, but we're not. So you got a bunch of single people over here, bunch of single men over here, women. It's all messed up. We're out of balance. And those who are in power don't give a damn about you and the population as long as they can maintain their slave population. They don't care nothing about us as a person. So sodomy is oral sex and anal sex. This is my thing. And y'all don't see something wrong with that. How could you tell the person you love, if you're a man, how could you tell the person that you love, your wife or your girlfriend, somebody to take your penis and what the hell? The penis is not a lollipop. Y'all don't see that's not vulgar and nasty to y'all at all. You don't see a problem with that at all. Really, if you just look at sex, period, it really ain't that pretty. You know, you're sweating and throwing liquids all over the place and whatever. It's not really a pretty thing. It feel good. Yeah, it feel good. But when you really look at what's going on, the vagina is not really a pretty thing, really. The penis is not really a pretty looking thing either. And then you're sitting around here and you have to have, the exchange of these fluids. When it's all said and done, I mean, it's not really pretty. It might feel good. But why do it feel so good? It feels so good because you have a slave mentality and you don't have nothing else to do in your damn mind. So, since you're a slave, your master done took everything away from you, and the only thing you got left is your vagina. The only thing you got left is your penis. So you concentrate on your penis and your vagina, and now you have become obsessed with pornography and sexing yourself to death because you don't have nothing else to do. You don't aspire to do nothing else in your damn life because you're a slave. It's not my fault. Don't get mad at me. And you become nasty, trying to find different things to play with your penis. Y'all play with your penis and your vagina like it's a game. And remember, sexual intercourse is temporary. It's just enough time so the sperm and the egg can meet so that you can reproduce. That's all it's meant for. But you try to make it, man, I've been having sex for the last few days, few weeks. This is what you see in nature. In nature, the only thing you see basically is male and female, boom, 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 and it's over. And baby, I'll see you next year. That's what you see. Here you are, man, me and my wife, we do it every day and all. So you got these women and y'all doing it every day. And she's having babies every year, and she's destroying her body because every time a woman have a baby, it puts a lot of stress on her internal organs. And next thing you know, she got all these woman problems. But you don't care because you bang, bang, bang. It's unnatural for a woman to have baby every damn 9 months. She's not supposed to be doing that. She has to give her body a chance to heal. But y'all a bunch of slaves, domesticated slaves, bang, 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 and you're looking for fun. What's fun about sperm dripping out your damn mouth? That ain't pretty to me. You putting a penis in your, what the heck? People, you've been bamboozled. Somebody done tricked you, got you acting worse than an animal. There are no animals on the planet. You have animals that lick the booty. You have animals that lick the vagina and the penis. They do it because that's how they communicate. They are not looking for pleasure. And sodomy is homosexual behavior because homosexuals, that's how they roll. But if it's between a man and a woman, y'all say it's okay. It's not. It's still sodomy. And your God is against sodomy. And where did you learn this behavior from? I don't even believe the slaves done it. We have to remember, going back to slavery, remember the slave was taught to be a Christian. And the Bible teaches against sodomy, so the slaves was not conducting themselves in that manner. However, when you began to integrate with your oppressor and you began to learn stuff in school about oral sex, anal sex from your slave master. Ain't no African or Chinese or nobody taught you that. It came from your slave master. He taught you these things because he's nasty. He's vulgar. And here you are. When I was growing up, listen, when I was growing up in my neighborhood, in my black community, if you went around and told people you were sucking somebody's penis, licking somebody's vagina, they would turn their nose and, ooh, you nasty. You a freak. In fact, they made a song about it. The freaks come out at night. The freaks come out at night. What the freaks? The freaks come out at night. That's where that come from. Only freaks did that. Only prostitutes. Only the freaks. And they come out at night. Brothers and sisters, black folks, soul brothers and sisters, we was not involved in that type of activity. But the more and more we got integrated into this Caucasian society, now we bragging about it. Man, girl, I did that. Ooh, girl, it was just like a lollipop, a Charles blow pop. And y'all bragging about this nasty, vulgar behavior. Licking somebody's booty hole. Come on now, really? And y'all think that's cool? Y'all think that's something beautiful? You have to be sick. Listen to me. You have to be a sick son of a gun to believe you getting some kind of pleasure sucking on somebody's penis, licking somebody's vagina. You getting pleasure out of that. Really? That's pleasurable to you? You are really mentally sick. They done turn you into the freaks that come at night, the freaks that come out at night, the freaks come out, the freaks come out. You're a damn freak coming out in the daytime. And then somebody like me see you, and I tell you about it, and you want to get upset. Least of all, then in our sexual activity, we make these babies. Now, some of you are against abortion, but in the United States, fornication is cool. You can do whatever you want to. So abortion, having unwanted babies, is going to be the result. And many of you, you know, y'all believe in marriage and things of that nature. Okay, that's cool. But in the United States, it's legal to get your freak on. So they're gonna make these babies that you're not gonna take care of. So many of our soul babies are going to be aborted. I do not advocate abortion. However, this is the society that you live in. Who's gonna take care of the babies? Massa getting sick of taking care of your babies. You don't want to take care of your baby. You don't like abortion, but you will not adopt the children, nor will you support our babies in foster care. You won't do a damn thing. So what's supposed to happen? Then you get angry because the cracker or homosexual or even a pedophile get our babies. You don't want them. Back in the day, see, listen, let me tell you something. Back in the day, soul brothers and sisters, soul people, we took in our children. We didn't allow our children to go into foster care and orphanages. Somebody gonna adopt these children. We don't do that no more. You know why you don't do that no more? Because you're greedy and you're selfish. You don't want to share what you have with anybody. Many of you make good money. You got children already. Add 2 or 3. Add some more. That's what adults supposed to do. Adults supposed to take care of their children. But you greedy and you selfish. You want to get rid of your biological children so you can go vacation in Paris. So you can go to Disneyland. You don't want to accept the responsibility for being an adult. Then you turn around, I don't like them homosexuals having black children. I don't want them pedophiles to get, you're a damn lie. You have the resources and you won't do nothing. There's a show called Little House on the Prairie. Charles Ingalls. Many of you are familiar with Charles Ingalls' Little House on the Prairie. One of my favorite shows growing up. Charles Ingalls was a poor dirt farmer. But Charles Ingalls tried to adopt any child that didn't have parents. And he was a poor dirt farmer. Many of y'all make good money and you want to adopt our babies. But you don't like abortion. Oh, but the homosexuals shouldn't adopt our babies. Really? We've turned sex into a game. It's a game you play. You don't take sex serious. When animals have sex, it's very, very serious. It's nothing to play with. And the number one thing that is most important is those babies. When you have a child, your life is over. If you don't want your life over, then you should not have children. Terry Ellis don't have children. I don't have children. It would just be her and I. In fact, I would encourage us, because now I have a mate. I would ask her, could we adopt or have foster children? Because I know that's my responsibility as an adult. It's our responsibility as an adult to take care of the children. Children are number one. In the animal kingdom, those babies are number one. That's why mama and daddy animal will fight you to the death over their babies. You definitely don't want to mess with a mama pig. You know, I'm an old farm boy. And that's one thing you don't want to do is get mama pig mad. She ain't playing it. She don't play. But we don't care. As long as we live good and we're doing good, we don't care nothing about our babies. Let's have fun. Let's drink and screw. That's the only thing on the mind of the nigga. Let's drink and screw. Slave. Matter of fact, worse than a slave. Because a slave just did not know no better. You know better, but won't do better. Disgusting. I have tried to live a righteous life, but I have seen porn movies. And I know these people are actors, but they run around sucking each other and licking each other. I'm just looking at this like, wow. Look how far the human being has gone down. You think about sex so much and obsessed with it because you're not an adult. It's a game to play. You having fun. It feels so good. Woo! Children. Like you never, you know, when we are teenagers, we first learning our bodies. You know, I sort of can understand, oh man, look at my penis. Look at my vagina. I can understand the fascination and the curiosity. But once you become an old geezer, you got 3 children, 6 children. I mean, what's exciting about this stuff no more? It ain't exciting. You know about it because it feels, your mind, you're all messed up. And again, how can you find pleasure putting your tongue in somebody's butthole? Y'all just, woo, some of you disgust me. Ooh, it's eating doo-doo. Eating doo-doo and drinking pee-pee. Oh, that's the cleanest part of your body. Pee-pee and doo-doo never leave. The only thing you have to do is get a swab, and they will show you pee-pee and doo-doo is always there. Y'all like to eat pee-pee and doo-doo. Oh, God, oh, man. Y'all following this cracker. He got y'all all messed up. You've been bamboozled. Ain't that right, Malcolm? Yep, they've been bamboozled. You think that pee-pee and doo-doo taste good. Matter of fact, there has been a recent study, and I'm going to end on this. There was a recent study talking about women's orgasm. Now, you do know that men have an orgasm because we have what they call a prostate gland, right? And that's where the sperm gets stored in, and that's where you get your ejaculation, okay? That's how we have our orgasm. Women have something like that, but it's non-functional. And they just recently discovered that when women have orgasms, they are not, the fluid that they feel, that feeling they get is actually them urinating. You're taking a piss. And if you wait around a little bit, you probably find out that's what it is. It's piss. You don't have an organ that gives you fluid like a man does, the prostate gland. You're actually, so when women talk, that's why it's very difficult for many women to have an orgasm, because chances are, you know, you take a leak or whatever before you get involved in sexual activity. There's no urine there. But if you do have some urine, then it leaks out because, you know, you get all relaxed and you pee. Oh, I'm having an orgasm. No, you taking a piss. That's what you're doing. Woo! Oh man, I don't know. I wish the people that love sodomy, I wish they was here. I don't see nobody in the chat room. I guess it's all quiet on the chat room. Y'all know y'all get down. Y'all know y'all freaks come out at night. The freaks come out at night, you know. I mean, if you're gonna do that, why would you run around and tell people that you do that? I wouldn't tell nobody. That's your business. But you feel as though you really doing something and you want to brag and tell everybody. And you a nasty sucker. That's what y'all nasty. What's that song? Vanity 6, nasty girl. Nasty girl, whatever. I forgot the lyrics to that song. Peace to Prince and Vanity. Vanity and Prince, you know, both of them have passed this life. They are, as you say, with the ancestors. But with that said, y'all, I'm out of here. And it's all good. You know, if you're a freak and you come out at night, I mean, keep it at night. Don't come out in the public. Because if you bring it out in the public and I see you, I'm going to tell the freak, there go a freak. There go a freak. They couldn't wait to come out at night. There have been people in my life that wanted me to get involved in that stuff. And I'm like, oh, no, no, no. Like I told you, in my neighborhood, when I was growing up, oh, no, 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 no. That's a no-no. That's a no-no. Black folks just did not do that until recently. Ask your parents, your grandparents. Go back and ask them. We weren't involved in stuff like that unless you got with a freak. You didn't tell nobody about that kind of stuff. But now you all pry up. Then you're gonna talk about the homosexuals. Y'all doing the same thing the homosexuals do. What difference do it make? It's sodomy, people. And you have become, and we have been made unnatural beings. So with all your black conscious talk, all your black supremacy talk, all these different things, what are you going to do and how are you going to get us back into the nature of this planet? But you can't, because the black power folks, the Afrocentric folks, y'all out there. Ooh, y'all some nasty freaks just like your massa. And you got the nerve to talk about the white man do this and the white man, you do it too. Get out of here. Get it. You, in order to be successful, whether you build your own nation or not, in order to be successful, you must be opposite of this world, and your Bible and Quran teach you that you must become a righteous person. So whatever the oppressor is doing, whatever the devil is doing, you have to do the opposite, but you're not. Because there are many things that the devil do that y'all like. Because it feels so good. Oh, man. Oh, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat room. Sister Sharon. Let me see. Oh, D, and well, let me see what else. Let me greet y'all now. Let me greet you before I split. Sharon and iPod and the Lions and D, and I'm glad that you joined me here. Because I know folks they're not gonna really like this video. I know they're not. They're not gonna like it, you know, because they like what they're doing. I mean, y'all consenting adult, keep consenting, you know. But I'm sorry, I can't join you. I'm not a freak, you know. I do my things. I do my things out in the open, and I'm very proud of everything I do. I don't want to come out in the daytime with something I'll be ashamed of. And y'all, a lot of you shame. You don't really want to, you know, if you're that proud of it, then why get angry about what I say? You proud of your nasty self. With that said, let me get out of here, because y'all got me thinking about Terry Ellen and sex, and that's not a good thing. That's not a good thing. As Don Cornelius always say, important. And maybe I'll come back tomorrow around this time or sometime tomorrow, because I know I have a lot of things I need to do on the weekend. So yeah. Shouts out to the freaks that come out at night. And this is your brother. This is your soul brother, number one. And I hope that y'all jump on the soul train. As Don Cornelius always said, I wish us love, peace, and soul.